said it should fit snug. I just wasn't sure how
Correct.
snug.
Okay. We'll check it.
I generally don't know how to turn it on.
Okay.
I charged it.
So
That's all I got.
he's been wearing it.
He has worn it before. We did a session. I don't remember if it was like the goal of our last session, but I think you might have put yours on him, and he responded well to even just the vibration.
Okay, great.
But since then, we haven't taken it out of the box. Like we didn't want to do it like the wrong way.
Excellent. So you did the right thing. You got. What I like about this is once we adjust it to the proper fit, he got me good. Yeah, he got me good. That's all right. That's all right. It's just part of my hands are all bagged up. Once we figure it out, as far as how tight it's going to be, that's it. You just clip it instead of, for instance, it has the hole. The other ones have all the holes.
Yeah.
So we got to mark where the hole is when we put it on, and we have to figure out is it on the same one every single time. So what we're going to do is I'm going to check it now. Sit. Good. Okay, sit.
He likes these.
Yeah, just try to
Harley.
get his attention.
Front.
Good. Good. Oh, those are good, huh? Very good. Okay. So right now I'm okay where it is, right? We may have to make it a little tighter. However, because we're gonna see how well he responds to the vibration, it doesn't have to be all that tight. As long as he feels it, right? Because it's on his neck, and if he feels that vibration, then it's all good. If it's if we need to go to the stem, it has to be kind of tight, right? Not super tight, but it has to literally touch his skin, right? So, Harley, sit. So what I want to do now, right? I'm going to check it one more time. That's good. So let's talk about pairing it, turning it on.
Okay.
This is Dogtra. This is a very, very, very good e-collar. This is what I use, right? They have Mini Educator, they have Dogtra. So obviously, this button, holding this blue button down, turns the remote on.
Okay.
Right? How do we turn this on? As long as everything is nice and charged, there's a red dot here, a red dot here. We pair them together. Put them together.
I remember that. I remember you.
All right. And there should be a light. So if you don't see a light because we're in the sun, you could always, just check it like that. Just hit the vibration.
Oh, there.
Right? And it's good to go like that. All right.
Do you want a Band-Aid?
Yeah, that's all right. I mean, he's got some sharp nails. That's all right. That's all right.
They're at a point now that I can't cut. The last time I tried to cut, we can cut them. But the last time we tried to cut them, I did it too short. And then he bled for like 3 days.
Oh,
he kept opening it up, and now I'm petrified. And he won't let the vet do it. So we're working on it.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah,
and
you know what it is too?
All
He's
day
got
too.
that. What's that?
He's out here all day too.
I know,
so
but still he has that strong thing about him that even though he just grazes you, but he digs in and he gets you good.
Harley.
Part of the business. Harley.
Yes.
Good job, buddy. Sit. Good. So I'm going to put this back on him.
Sit.
In the meantime, just open up this lanyard. Harley.
He wants to be inside. What is wrong with him? We can go in the shade. I know it's like.
Yeah, we're going to go in the shade. Exactly.
We go. Yeah.
All right. All right. Just hit. Turn it off, John. And all right. Let me
we have the German Shepherd upstairs too, so sometimes there's like poop.
That's all right. That's all right. So, you felt it, right?
Yeah.
Vibration. It's working. It's turned on. How do we turn it off? How do you turn this off when you take it off of him at night and he's got to go to bed? Same way. Same way. You got to pair it again, and then it should give you, like right now, you should have it should blink green, or see how it's green. When you go to turn it off, it'll go red, and then you know it's off. But also, don't turn this off yet. Pair it to turn it off, and then hit this button, right? The vibration button. If you don't feel it, it's turned off. Okay. Now we know when this is paired and it's on, how it works, right? This is vibration. Okay. Harley. Sit.
I'm sorry, he's in front of me.
It's all right. This is vibration. This is stem. All right. So what I usually do, I usually let everybody wear it, feel what the stem feels like.
I'm like, are you gonna put it on?
I'm gonna put on. I'm gonna put it around Giovanni's neck. No, I'm not gonna put it around your neck. Obviously, it's just gonna be like this. You just hold it in your palm, just like this. You've been tased before?
No.
They never tased you?
No.
They haven't tased us yet because we don't really use tasers. But pepper spray itself, pepper spray's worse. Trust me. But
All
He-
good
that was,
tasers
yeah.
except- Other than that, yeah.
yeah.
Right,
So.
I'm gonna say no to both.
So what I usually do is, like right now it's at 10, right? And I'm holding it and I'm hitting it at 10. I don't even feel it at 10.
That's
Right?
the vibration you said, right?
No, this is the stem
Oh,
right
the
now,
stem.
right? Yeah, so I'm not even feeling it. 19. Okay. I'm feeling that 27. So I'm gonna bring it back down to about 15 and I'm gonna make you feel it. You tell me when you start feeling it, right? That's 16. Feel nothing? That's 22. 22. So okay, that's fine. Go ahead, hold it.
Alright, don't
I'm
put
gonna
it at 22.
No. That's at 10.
Okay,
You feel it?
I do.
Really?
So very.
Here. Just a little bit though.
Just a little bit. How about if
Yeah.
I just go to 15? It should be a little bit more,
Yeah,
right?
it's a little bit stronger, but
It's a little bit
it
stronger,
feels
but
like the 10s unit, like for physical therapy.
correct. That's all I want to let you guys know and how it feels, just so we know how it feels on the dog. Now, on your palm, it's a little bit different than obviously on his neck, right? They feel it a little different. It depends. Some dogs, like Bruno, my canine, 70, 80, and then he responds.
Yeah.
But if I do it at like 50, he's like giving me the finger. So it's a bigger drive, you know what I'm saying? So wants it more. It's like I don't care, right? And eventually, once I go to 80 and I get it just one time, he's like, okay, I got it, right? Now, that being said, I should be going higher because the correction has to change the behavior, right? But I want this for just communication.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to use it for a correction, but it's mainly for communication, right? So if I got to keep hitting it, if I'm bringing it with me and I got to hit it every once in a while, no big deal, right? With the prong collar, when he's wearing the leash, and if you give him a good correction, a good solid correction, it should change the behavior, and you shouldn't have to do it no more, right?
That's
So
my issue, I think.
that's the
Is that
issue.
I'm not giving the strong enough correction that he needs.
Yes,
To any other dog, maybe.
Yes.
But him, he requires so much more
yes,
that I feel like I'm constantly like yanking at his neck, and it's
yes.
this is why
I'm
we're
glad.
here.
I'm glad you understand that,
Yeah.
right?
Which is why during walks I'm constantly like, Harley, come back. Like we're still
Right.
with the same issues.
Right, because one correction may be like this.
Yeah.
One correction may be a little harder.
Mhm.
Next correction, not as hard. What's that mean? It's not consistent.
Right.
If we set this at a certain number, it's consistent every time. Right? And then if we have to increase it, right, we just go on until we increase it until we know what makes him respond. Yes, if he responds at 15, I will go to 25 just to give him a good enough correction to change the behavior so that he starts to understand, and then I'll scale it down. I won't leave it at 25, right? If I'm giving him a correction with using this and I get a yelp out of him, way too high.
Yeah.
Way too high, unfair to the dog. We want to make sure we use this correctly. Right? Everybody goes out. You spent a good amount of money. I know you did. Sometimes people buy like a $60 one, and if you show me like a $50 or $60 one, I would have said no disrespect and I would have thrown it in the garbage.
Yeah.
Because they're no good, right? They have like 5 settings. Number 2 is like you can barely feel it, but number 3 you're jumping in the air, right? Because this one, every time you move the dial, it goes up by increments of 1, right? And it probably goes all the way to 127. I think it goes 127. That's the highest. You never have to go to 127. Never. This button here is the oh shit button. Like I gotta get I gotta get him to respond to me. I don't have time to increase this, so I'm gonna hit this. All right. Sometimes maybe a dog fight or something.
Does that bring it all the way?
It doesn't bring it all the way. It brings it about 5 or 10 points higher, and it's like a continuous.
Okay.
Right. So if you hold some of them, I know mine. If you hit it once, it'll be continuous for 3 seconds. This is a nick. Every time you hit it, So even if you hold it down, it should just nick. That's it, right?
Is that what you'd be using when he, so for example, the other day we went on a walk. We've been going on walks here because he's less comfortable on a tighter sidewalk. We're trying to get him used to here. I mean, we live on a busy street.
Yes.
You can't always go to the park where it's bigger. So
Okay.
sometimes if we have 30 minutes and we're able to walk him here,
Right.
we're trying to get him more comfortable here.
Right.
If, for example,
See, if you
he
could
reacted.
put that back on him. What is here? I'm sorry.
It's
Put it
okay.
here.
He reacted 3 times from here to school 8 and back.
Reacted
And, like,
to what?
One was a little girl on the sidewalk. He just didn't see her, so
Okay.
she kind of like popped out, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna
Okay.
give you a pass.
Okay.
Second one was 2 like teenage girls walking. We saw them from down the street.
Okay.
He started maybe like 3 houses away. And I was
Okay.
like, all right, like this is not
Don't
ideal.
start, like, focusing
And then
on them
yeah,
if he sees them
but
from,
the
like,
thing is
far
that with the
back.
prong, it's just
Right.
even if I were to give him a crazy correction,
Right,
it's,
right.
he's still
Right.
in that moment. He's still hyper focused, and there's like
Still
no
hyper
getting him out.
focused, and sometimes us pulling the leash
Yes.
or even popping this way,
Yes.
it's like a gas pedal. They want to
Yeah.
go more.
And
Right.
with him, it seems like also if you like were to step off to the side,
Mhm.
he knows. Okay, we're waiting for someone to pass now. I just want to see why we're stepping off. Like it seems like he's like, okay, well this is a bad thing now.
So he's
So now
reading,
we don't know what to do.
He's reading you.
Yeah,
By your reaction,
Yeah.
he's like, okay, I need to be aware of something.
yeah.
That's
Because if
all.
there's nowhere else to go, then you're like, okay, well let's step off into the street where there's not a parked car.
Correct.
And
Correct.
there's space,
Um,
but
That's
it
what you
doesn't
want it on the
always.
side. So,
Okay. No, I'm going to show you now. All right, so you put it on. All right, so we're going to get to that. We're going to eventually get to that. I'm going to show you when you're going to give a correction, when you're going to say something, or when you're just not going to say nothing and just give them a correction. It all depends. All right, so the next thing is, right, when you put this on him, it goes either here or here. Okay? Never in the back here, because there's spinal cord here, back here where it is now. And then here is the throat. Okay, so nothing in the back, nothing in the throat. So the left or the right? No,
Behind the prong?
Nope, right where it is. The prong always goes first,
Okay.
closest to the ears, right?
Oh, that's good. It'll help hold it. 'Cause
It'll
his
help
neck
hold.
is like
Yes. Yeah.
wide and
What's great is
straight
it'll help.
sides.
It'll help hold it up. What you're gonna find now is if this is all done correctly, is you won't even need the prong no more.
That's the goal.
All right, that's the goal.
That's my
Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna pair every correction we give with the prong. We pair it with this.
Okay.
Right? We pair it with the stem. I pair it with the stem. Some other trainers will use vibration first, and then they go to stem. I think that's the wrong way. The 20 years that I've been doing this, I figured out that's the wrong way. The right way is using their escape avoidance, meaning you get a warning, and if you don't stop, then this happens. So if I introduce the stem first, and then gradually go to vibration, then hit the vibration, then stem, vibration, then stem, right? First he knows the stem, then I go to vibration and stem. Then it's, if you stop at the vibration, when I say no and I hit the vibration, the stem's not coming. So he's gonna stop immediately.
It's our no.
It's, right, that's your no, kind of, right? But that's your warning, the vibration is your warning. First you're gonna say no, then you're gonna give vibration and then stem. Our main goal is basically at the end, because we're using these collars, these corrective collars, is we no becomes the correction because escape avoidance. So as soon as you hear no, you can, okay, no problem. And when that happens, right, when that happens, and you do that consistently, and he stops and nothing else happens, then he's learned that, okay, if I hear no, there's value to that, I better stop. I'm doing something wrong, there's value to that, right? So that's what that is. All right, so now we're gonna check to see what he responds to.
Okay.
We're not gonna do nothing. I'm not gonna ask him to do anything. I'm just basically gonna look for movement in his ear, maybe him giving a neck turn, like a quick head turn, whatever, right? So I'm at 10, right? So now I'm stimming him at 10. He's not responding. So
It might be the licking. He licked- he was
right,
licking to that
right,
idea.
but I want a little bit more. I want a little more.
Yeah.
Look at
There you
that.
go. He's like, ah,
Look at that.
what happened?
That's it. See how the ear's
Yeah.
moving?
Good
So I'm gonna go
boy.
just a little bit more. Good, you could pen, yeah.
Stay.
Good.
He's like, all right.
All right. So I'm still not getting what I want to see because it's just like
An annoyance.
an annoyance right now. I want it to be just a little bit higher. So I'm at 19 already, which you felt it at what?
27.
27, whatever, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad, right? So I'm at 24 now. You know, look, let's stand away
It's fine.
from.
He lays in it. He likes
Okay.
it.
Okay.
We give him a bath like weekly.
That's what I want to see. And I'm at 24.
Where he's like,
No yelping, no nothing like, oh my God. No, it's just like, whoa, what was that? So I'll explain on why that's happening. Is because you're consistent out there with the recall. It's a formal recall, always hooked up to a leash, because God forbid, we don't want him getting loose, right? So he's always hooked up to a leash when he's out there. And every time you're calling him, if he doesn't respond, you're giving him pressure. Out here, we're doing recall. In your yard, you're doing recall without a leash.
yes.
So now
it's
it's
100%
like,
our fault.
right.
Yeah.
So there's no consequences to his actions. So out here, if he's not in this on your property, if he's not hooked up to a leash, you're going to use informal recall. Informal recall is,
Anything.
come on, buddy, anything but his name.
Okay.
If he's not hooked up to a leash, or doesn't have this collar on, or doesn't understand this collar yet.
Right.
I would expect in a couple days, maybe a week, for him to fully understand it if you practice it. Practice makes perfect, right? So once that's on, we're gonna hook him up, and this is what I like best about, we'll start off with hooking him up to the prong. However, what I like best about these collars, because even this collar has a hookup, right? It has a hookup for the leash.
No.
So that one doesn't, okay.
I think we can probably add one.
So you can add a ring to it,
Yeah.
right? I can actually show you, I could give you a link. I'll send you a link to one that I use, a collar that I use, which is it's still like a leather or a plastic collar. Well, once you set it, it has a metal clip. Because so now metal clip versus plastic clip, right? Metal clip is better. And it also has, if you put it the right tightness around his neck where it should be, if you put it, the one I get has a bungee on it. So his natural movements, if he were to lay down, it'll give.
Okay.
It won't be real tight.
Yeah.
You ever have something tight around your
Yeah,
neck
yeah.
and then you move and it gets tighter? So I'll send you that. It's like 20 bucks. It's really, it's inexpensive.
Yeah.
Let me-
I just ordered this one because I think this one was like $6, and I just didn't like that hard
Okay.
plastic one that came with it.
Yep. And then the other one, the one I'll send you, also has a reflective
Okay.
band around it, so you can see
Okay.
him
I
at
think
night.
these are
Because he's
reflective,
dark.
too.
Okay, those are probably
Yeah, you
reflective.
can't see him.
All right. So
Is it loose? It's good?
it should be a little tighter, but it's okay. It's okay. Right now, we're going through the whole desensitizing and all that other stuff, right? So let's hook him up to this. Good. All right. Just give me the end of the lead. So now, free. Just let him go. Let him do his thing. All right. We're just gonna ignore him right now. We're gonna get him. So I'm at 24. You have to read the directions. The mini educator, if you push this down, it locks it at what it's set up.
Okay.
Harley, yes, good job. So I gave him a little pressure, and I called his name, and I hit it a couple times until he came back to me. As soon as he started to come back to me, I stopped hitting it. Harley, yes, Harley. Hold on.
He wants these treats, that's what it is.
Guy, give him a treat. Give him a treat.
They're new.
Oh, you like
So
those,
he's like
buddy.
his hats, yeah.
Hold on. Harley. Yes, good boy. Good job, buddy. Let's see if you
That's
like.
what he does.
Can he have? Oh no, he can't, right?
He can have whatever.
Chicken?
Yeah, that's fine.
Good.
We'll probably like that better.
Now they know you have it.
So sometimes it just takes a couple tries, and the dog automatically right away learns. Right? Sometimes they're a little slower learning. We're the same way, right? It takes me a while to learn some new stuff. In a book, If it's hands-on, I learn right away.
Yeah.
Right. So he may be the opposite, right? You can show me doing it hands-on, and I'm like lost. But if I can read it in a book, I learn. So everybody's different. Harley, yes, right. Pressure and this at the same time.
The nick.
I'm nicking,
Okay.
and I'm going like this until he responds to me.
Okay.
Right. Good job. Good. So like I was saying before, with let's say counter surfing. Counter surfing, we don't have to say nothing, right? You just give him a stim, and the second if he's still up there and you give him a stim, you got to stim him again. If he's still up there and you're stimming him and you're seeing that it's not affected at 24, you got to go a little higher until he responds, right? But not saying nothing. So you got to make him think about, like, I'm up here and that's why this is happening. The second I come down, it stops, okay? Hot radiator, you touch it when you're a child, you burn your hand, you'll never touch it again, right? Same thing. Let him figure it out, right? That's free shaping, right? The other thing is, everything you've been doing so far is the same, except now you need like a third hand. You gotta hold his leash, you gotta give him treats, and now you gotta hold this, right? So it's a pain in the butt. But once he learns it, you don't really have to worry about doing all that, right? Obviously giving him treats. Once he learns it, he learns everything, you're basically gonna take the leash that he's hooked up to, and you could just basically hold it like this.
Hopefully get away from the front.
See, the thing is with like walks, we don't even bring treats anymore because he doesn't want them.
So
It's
Okay.
not his thing. A toy, it's not
Mhm.
his thing. You know, like we've struggled trying to figure out his
yeah. Yep.
happy thing. And
Yep.
we can't,
Yep.
he's not attached to one thing.
Right.
In a training session, he loves the treats.
Yeah.
You take him outside and he's gonna be like, yo, okay, I don't want your treats.
Because he's super focused on
Yeah.
something else,
Yeah.
right? This should break the concentration. However, what concentration are we trying to break, right? Is he going to be reactive towards something? So when he locks in, is that something that we should leave alone, or is that something that we should mark with this without saying nothing? See, that's my the question that you should be asking. Bruno, my canine, ignores dogs. Doesn't care about other dogs unless the dog gets reactive with him. A little dog, he loves little dogs, but if I go across the street and a little dog sees him and goes to charge at him, he gets all mad.
Yeah.
And he's like,
See, him is now, he could walk by the same dog 5 times,
Yeah.
and then one day he just flips on him.
and he flips on
So
him.
that's why it's hard. We can't figure it out. There's
Right.
times where we walk here and it's the end of the day after
Right.
school. He's walking by kids, no problem. And then there's one day that he reacts to everybody. And when I say reacts, he's like he tore apart my ankle one time just from me trying to pull him back.
Right.
And it's just
Right.
out of nowhere.
Right.
And yeah, we can recognize now when he's going to react.
Mhm.
We've gotten to that point,
Mhm.
but there's no stopping it. Like we're at the point where like,
Right.
The correction doesn't work.
And the correction doesn't work.
Yeah.
And then you're like this. You're like, what
yeah.
do I do?
Now I'm just like a crazy person with him.
Right. Like this, and he's
Yeah.
going. No, he's doing flips and
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
This is what this button's for.
Okay.
When all hell breaks loose.
Before it happens, or
Well,
right
as it's
he
happening,
reacts?
if you got to the point where he's out of control, right? But you're still hooked up.
Yeah.
I wouldn't use this if God forbid you drop the leash, right? Unless he knows recall 100%. Because, like, for instance, yes, you could use this one in a dog fight, let's just say, but you got to be careful how you use it, because the dog may think the other dog's doing that to him. So he has to know what's going on, right? He has to understand before we fully are done teaching this, right? Once we're done teaching this and he knows 100%, then I'll be honest with you, that Bruno, nothing. You've seen me.
Yeah.
I let him out of the truck and he's off lead because I have this. This is an extension of my leash. He understands. Yes, he does know that I could bring him back now when he's hooked up to this leash. But if he's unhooked, like if I take that leash off and he goes over there, he's like, you could correct me here, but when I'm over there,
Yeah,
nope,
he knows.
He knows.
He'll look back at you.
Right,
He'll
like,
look back
yeah,
and turn
what are
back
you gonna
around
do?
and be like,
Right, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Try to catch me, good luck, right? But now it's like, Remember this, buddy? Yes. I can't correct you now.
Yeah.
And
That's true. 'Cause I would have to walk. It's like I would walk all the way over there and stand by him and tell him to go inside.
And then he'll
go
go.
outside.
and then he'll go.
Because he knows,
Right.
like, oh, you're right next to
Okay,
me.
you're right
Yeah.
here, and now you could
Yeah.
correct me. But if you're far away, well, he's gonna start to learn with this that you can correct him even from far away.
Yeah.
Good boy. Down. No, down.
He likes to do everything right.
Good. That's good. That's good. I like the close, being close when he does a sit or down. If I ever had to grab him, right? So if you tell him sit and you recall him and he stops right here, this is where I want him to stop.
Yeah.
I don't want him to stop over there. Down. No, down. Good.
I don't know. We eventually, at some point, call him front, and he'll come running, and we'll come
And go right there. That's perfect. That's perfect.
He won't do heel.
Oh,
3
really?
years still, he won't he will not do it right away. But front, he's got
But-
down.
Does he understand heel?
I want to say yes, because there's times where I'll say Harley heel, and he's like he'll pop right
Wow.
in, and then there's times where he's like,
Yeah,
hey, like,
yeah.
you just did it.
Yeah.
I know you know how to do it.
Yeah. So if I were to say Harley heel, so that's front. So, okay,
Yeah.
heel.
Front is definitely more solid than heel.
Okay. All right.
I think that was our issue because we tried to do heel. I think we brought it up with you.
Yep.
He would come like in an angle because he would
An
want to
angle,
be in front
right.
of you.
Yeah,
Right.
he doesn't like that position.
Yeah.
Right. We weren't really consistent with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Well,
if you want to work on it 100%, we could work on that.
I don't care about him walking in the heel, honestly.
Right.
He has to be, like, if this is me and I'm him, he has to be in front of you. And you're like, Harley, come back. He will not stay
Okay.
he won't stay, like, near you. I think he likes to have the leash completely extended. And you're
Okay.
like, I'm tired of correcting you.
So he's walking with pressure.
Yes. I think-
Slight, even if
yeah,
it's slight,
yes.
still walking with pressure, right? This is what this is good for. The second he gets a little bit of pressure, you're gonna stem him. Right?
The
And-
stem,
the
not the-
stem.
okay.
Right? Soon as he goes into a little pressure, remember, anytime there's pressure, it has to be paired with the stem. Harley,